Hey everybody, Spartan here from SpartanTrading.com. Want to hit you guys with the daily recap, January 13th, 2022. Let's talk about today. So today, for us, choppy day. Very difficult to get direction on things. A lot of scalp trading, a lot of failed starter positions were taken. A lot of puts were taken on the scalp side. We played the puts on the SPY side basically all day. But yeah, no, it was a pretty difficult day. Market opened up. We got rejected near the head and shoulder level again. We started to pull down. I set out the gate this morning. I said if the market fails to hold the 470 support, which was EMA support on the daily, we'd be looking at the 50 EMA today, which was around 465.08. We ended up getting into that area. We did play puts and stuff like that into the area. Quick little recap on some of the plays. We took some triple M intraday that worked nicely. End of the day kind of was more of a flat trade, didn't really do much. We had some, we played some Tesla on a bounce. There's a couple failed starter plays on that one today. Shop, we tried to play the bounce on this one, didn't end up working, ended up getting sold off. This is probably one I'm going to avoid in the future, trying to play bounces on, just because it never really does end up bouncing. We played the snow short, which was a nice equity play to the downside. We played some BA long, which was a nice scalp trade to the upside. Played dash short, which is another good short to the downside as well. NVAX short, which we did scalp to the downside. Decent little play. We played a little bit of mRNA short, which didn't really do much. We ended up taking it off for a small gain. It just seemed like they were defending the lows on this all day, and they were around that 210 area. And if you guys are unfamiliar, that's an inverted head and shoulder area on the daily. So if that level breaks, you would think it's going to go through the recent range lows, and if that level breaks, it's got quite a bit of room lower on the downside. But yeah, so that's pretty much it on the equity side. I mean, there were a couple other things that we played this morning, like PayPal long, which worked out really nice. What else? I don't know. We played Visa long, which was decent. We had a NVIDIA starter out the gate, which didn't work. I figured the semis would be a little bit stronger than what they were with the TSM earnings. We did play TSM calls, MU calls, AMAT calls, which worked okay. Some Qualcomm calls as well. That worked out nicely. But then we got, basically failure all afternoon on everything because the market started to come in. Main area on the option side where the money was made, we had that DWAC overnight, which went up 750%. Still holding a piece of that. And then the SPY puts essentially were probably the best thing. We had the 468s, 465s, and then we had the 463s and 460 puts that we continued to basically roll into on the downside. I was using the SPY as a hedge to begin with, and then we just started to trade that downside. So it was a decent way to play it. There's a couple other scalps on the option side, like BBBY calls, which worked okay. GM was a good equity play that we took. 63 calls, which ended up getting the money. Beyond was a really good one as well. We took the 75 calls, ended up going up 200% and change, like 250%, something like that. And the roll worked out okay on that as well. We took a little bit of a play on Adobe, which was a decent little bounce. This thing actually had some quite a decent amount of relative strength on it, but it ended up, not holding up at the end of the day. What else? Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty mixed day. There was a couple things that worked, a couple things that didn't. McDonald's is another one that worked nicely for us. What else? Kind of mixed. Like I said, a lot of starters didn't end up working out today. A lot of head fakes to the upside, which, not great, but it is what it is on a day like today. So I guess in the future, got to stick with the instinct. Right out the gate, I think the market had room all the way towards 465 if 470 didn't hold. Kind of got to stick with what the market's telling you and just play that and play everything in sympathy with it. It's hard to chase tech because they tend to move so large and get big bounces when they do bounce. But if you could be patient enough to wait for those bounces into EMA resistance levels and then look for the reshort off of them, then, you should be okay. But anyways, that's what we had today. Mixed day, not bad, but not great. And I think tomorrow we're going to have some decent range for Lotto Friday, so I'm looking forward to that. I think there's an opportunity for a lot of larger percentage plays based off of the range that we have on all the tech names and as well as the market itself. Anyways, that's it for the daily recap, guys. Thanks for watching. And we do these every single day, so you can look for that as well as the weekly videos that we do on Thursdays and the live streaming that we do every single Wednesday morning. Questions, you can go to SpartanTrading.com. Thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later.